More to the game. We back. I know I missed last week, and I'm sorry. I was out of town. I was in Charlotte hanging out with my guy, Keem. Definitely had a good weekend, and I'm back this weekend for you guys to get you some content. I know you've been waiting for it, so we're going to jump right into it. Today's video I got from my agent's partner, Thomas. Shout out to Thomas Sandler, One Motorsports. He gave me the idea for today's video. I tweaked his comment, and I tailored it to my specific point that I'm going to get to later on. That's besides the point. We can get right to the content, because today's video, we're talking about pressure. You fall in love with the game, and as you fall in love with the game, you find yourself coming in contact with different levels of people each step of the way. The first layer of people you find is your parents. Your parent or guardian is the one that allows you to play the game. They may have to pay for this, sign that, take you to this practice, say you have to be back by this time, you can't play this season, or you have to maintain this GPA, or whatever the case may be. The next layer of people is the coach. They teach you the ins and outs of the game, the fundamentals, how the game should be played, how it should be played. They provide you with structure and discipline, and they set out a game plan for you to follow to be successful as a team and as an individual. There's also the next layer of people that you meet, which is your teammates. Your teammates may be just like you. They may be a little different. They may be all the way different. They may push you to be better. They may hold you back. They may encourage you to follow the coach. They may encourage you to disobey the coach and do things you're alone with. They may set a great example for you of how to work hard, how to be a great athlete, or they may set a great example of how not to be a great athlete. The next layer of people you meet are the fans. The fans make it all worthwhile sometimes, and they also make you feel shameful, disappointed, and so angry at yourself. Those cheers can make you feel like you're a god amongst mortals, and those boos make you feel like it'll be justified if someone shot you down today in the streets. You advance along in the game, and you have the administrative level that you come into contact with. That's the athletic directors, the boosters, the ADs. If you turn pro, you have the general managers and agents and board members, etc. Those people have a lot of power. And those people can be a great friend and resource to you, or those people can stop you from doing whatever you're trying to do within your sport. And you will very rarely know how much influence they really hold and how many people they really do know. But understand, they are very powerful people. And all these layers of people play into the psyche of an athlete. I know a lot of people think that being an athlete is pretty simple. You work out, you practice, you play the games. But there's a whole other dimension to being an athlete, and that's all within the psyche and mental makeup of each individual person. I know we live in a day where people talk about mental health here and there, and it seems to be watered down and a crutch and excuse for a lot of people. But mental health is extremely important for an athlete. An athlete's confidence is everything. If they don't have confidence, they'll never reach their full potential. My coach, Jamal Robinson, my senior year at Hampton, told me one thing, and I definitely believe it. No one can give you confidence, but they definitely can take it away from you. Athletes run into coaches all the time. They just break them down, and they lose confidence day by day. Fans can do the same thing. Parents can do the same thing. Administrators and GMs and agents, they can all do the same thing. But it also can help you feel better about yourself and make the good times even better. These layers of people that I described to you, they had their own journey within sports as well, whether it been the parent role, the coach role, administrator role, or if they were just a fan that decided to get into what we call the media. And the media was the center of a question that Thomas asked me that sparked the idea for today's podcast. Does the media, or lack thereof, affect players positively or negatively? The media is a necessary evil. The media can build you up, it can tear you down, but it is necessary to grow the game beyond what the players and coaches and teams can do by themselves. Having someone that can talk about the game, bring some entertaining commentary to the game, promote the game, promote its athletes, promote its teams, provide more revenue streams for the leagues. Like, media is necessary, especially in today's age where everything is digital and connected through social media and media in general. And the media's impact has a lot to do with the scale that you're operating on. On a small scale with youth sport teams or high school teams or low-level college and professional teams, the media cannot do as much to bring you down, but they definitely have a lot of power to help bring you up, because there are not a lot of eyes on you, and you need every resource possible to promote yourself and promote the game and promote the leagues. However, when you get on that bigger scale, obviously that is also needed to grow the game. As you can see with the NBA and NFL, like, the media is a huge part of growing the game and expanding the game. And they also have a big platform and a lot of influence, and they can sway public perception, negatively or positively. And with today's media, a lot of times it's negative. You got the talking heads like the Stephen A. Skip Baylesses and etc. We talked about it before in the channel. But all in all, you need those people, because if they're not talking about you, then it's hard for the game to grow in general, because people won't have that same interest and thirst to learn more about the players and the teams and the league in itself. But they do get carried away, and they do distort reality from the casual fans. Take a guy like LeBron James. Everyone knows LeBron James. LeBron didn't win a championship until like his 8th year in the NBA. And he lost 2 before he won his first one. And the whole narrative that the media decided to run with was, he's a great player, but he can't win a championship. He has no rings. He'll never be a champion. He'll never be a great because he can't win championships, etc., etc., etc. And that narrative continued until he did win a championship. And then he won another, and another, and another. And then the perception around him changed as the media began to talk differently about him and label him as a great player and as a champion. And then they passed the label on to the next person. And it continues to get passed on person to person over and over and over again. Same thing happens in the NFL. People always talk about Aaron Rodgers, especially this past season. He had all the offseason drama about his contract and not wanting to come back to the team. He's such a great quarterback, the most talented quarterback of all time, possibly. However, he can't win the big games in the playoffs. He loses to Jimmy G and the 49ers. He doesn't come up big when the team needs it. And now everyone is saying he has the P word. And the word of today is pressure. The media loves to claim that players have pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And that weighs on the mental health of athletes. No matter if you're a youth player or a professional player or just someone that plays casually in their men's league. Like, the term pressure can really affect someone's mental health. I don't subscribe to pressure anymore. I've won at all of those I played at. I've had great games. I had terrible games. I came up big in big moments, and I came up miniature in big moments as well. And at the end of the day, all I can say is none of that really matters. Unless you're somebody like a LeBron James, where people are always going to talk about you because you're so famous. There's a real world behind sports. You can get lost in the world of sports, and you forget that there's a real life out there. And one of my favorite quotes is from Damian Lillard, an all-time bag chaser. Great guy, great point guard. He says, pressure. Nah, fam. This is just playing ball. Pressure is the homeless man who doesn't know where his next meal is coming from. Pressure is the single mom who is trying to scuffle and pay her rent. We get paid a lot of money to play a game. Don't get me wrong. There are challenges, but to call it pressure is almost an insult to regular people. And when I say I stand by that quote, I stand by it. Don't get lost in your egos. Don't get lost within yourself. Humble yourselves. Understand that that game-winning shot you missed, or that championship game where you only scored 2 points, or whatever it was, that's not pressure. If that's your biggest pressure in your world, then you're living a great life. There are people that are far less fortunate than you. They have far more things to worry about. And I know it gets tough. I know you want to do the best you can on the field or court, but it's not pressure. The media says it's pressure, but don't believe them. The media can help you out a lot in terms of growing your brand and giving you your shine and your flowers. But they also create a false perception around what really matters. You got all your limbs, you're healthy, you got your family, your friends, or whatever. You're loved by people. You don't have to worry about where your meal is coming from. You're doing good in life. Remember that. It's not pressure. The game is supposed to be fun. The game is love. And if you love the game will love you back. And when the game stops loving you back, there's a whole lot of things in the world that will. Never forget that. And have a nice day.
If you're a trainer looking to take your business to the next level, Jimble's got you covered. Scheduling, streamlined bookings, and payments make it easier than ever for you to focus on the important things. The team at Jimble created a platform that connects its users to athletic facilities, training, and events. So if you're looking for a better way to run your business and engage your community, tap in. You can find us at jimble.us. That's GYMBLE.us, or on Instagram at JimbleApp.